Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. All right, it is official. We can say Donald Trump and Joe Biden have clinched their party's nomination. We have most likely going to have a Biden-Trump rematch. It is set and done, unless something happens to Joe Biden where he is mentally unwell to serve or to run for another term, or if something happens to Donald Trump legally, we're going to have a rematch. And it's going to be the very first rematch since 1956. And a lot of people say rematch, meaning nothing's going to change. Well, I want to disagree with that because a lot of things have changed in rematches. I've met people that say, oh, it's a Trump Biden rematch. Biden's going to carry the same states he's going to carry in 2020. Are you serious? Are you serious? Because never in rematch history has the same guy carried the same states that he had carried in the previous election, aka the same results concluded in the previous election. That's deluded. Like, seriously. And then they call me deluded. You're delusional. Biden's going to carry Georgia and Arizona like he carried it 2020. No, he won't, because A, black voters are not doing that well in the state of Georgia. And do you really think Biden's going to kick in black voters like he did? First off, you can only win Georgia if black voters in Georgia vote. And I'll tell you, Georgia Democrats are good at getting black African Americans out and voting. I'll give them that compliment. But are they going to do it this time? Because Joe Biden has been nothing but a disgrace to the African American community. They fell for the trick in 2020. Get out and vote, Trump's a fascist. And then they connected the dots and said, you know what? Black people, minority people, were better economically and financially under Trump than Biden. Biden does nothing but do lip service, woke lip service. And that's what you want? Woke lip service? We don't need woke lip service. Are you kidding? Lip service does nothing. Nothing. It doesn't get things done. So yeah, of course, we don't care about lip service. Let's take a little look back in previous nominations, though. I'm getting off track. The 1956 election and 1952 elections, a lot, they will look the same, I'm predicting, and they're probably right on that. 2020 and 2024 are probably going to look a lot the same. In this election, we saw, once again, Adlai Stevenson carrying the Deep South, along with Kentucky and West Virginia. Guess what? Eisenhower won the election, winning Louisiana and Kentucky and West Virginia. But however, Stevenson flipped Missouri. And that's a big prize for the Democrats, but they still lost by a lot, unsurprisingly. Another rematch. Going back in previous races, we can see that the last rematch in 1900 was right 1900, other than 1956, where William McKinley defeated William Jennings Bryan. This was technically a rematch. Same, and look at how much changed. McKinley expanded his lead by winning South Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, Nebraska. He even won his home state of Nebraska. Bryan's home state, along with the state of Kansas. However, Bryan managed to flip Kentucky. Going back, you could say the 1892 election was a rematch to a point. Yeah. The key word rematch should be in there. Yes, it is the fourth rematch in American history. But add James B. Weaver. I don't like to count it because Weaver did so much damage in this election that it didn't really look like 1888. Weaver got so much electoral votes, and yes, Weaver divided the Republican vote. They split ticket the Republicans, and this allowed Cleveland to gain back Indiana and New York. Not only that, Illinois, Wisconsin, and California, states he lost twice. So that was the fourth rematch. So taking another look, let's see. McClellan, Buchanan, 1852. Cass. Polk versus Clay. Oh, this is a rematch. This is the third rematch. You'll see William Henry Harrison successfully defeated Martin Van Buren by 52% of the popular vote. And look at that. I would say, yeah, this was a rematch, if you like to call it. But in reality, you see that you had William Henry Harrison along with other Whigs. Yes, it's true. Harrison did better with White, Webster, and Mangum basically winning electoral votes from states, carrying some states. But in reality, absolute reality, I could tell you that Martin Van Buren, most likely, and William Henry Harrison. It would have been just like 1840 if hadn't those three other characters got involved. So, second rematch in American history, is obvious. The second one is obviously Jackson versus Clay. Jackson versus Adams, and we know that Adams lost New York, but gained New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland from 1824, which was the same thing as 1836, where you had some characters in there. William H. Crawford and Henry Clay were also in the game. And the very first rematch was 1800. And you'll see it changed, not by a little bit. You'll see this was a legitimate rematch. In 1800, Adams flipped New York and Maryland. Boom. And never once in these 6 rematches in U.S. history, never once has there been a time where the results were exactly the same. When I met these liberal trolls that were insisting that Biden was going to destroy Trump, and I've been like, really? Really? It's just delusional what they're thinking. They totally take a perspective that Joe Biden's unpopular, historically unpopular, and that people hate Donald Trump. Maybe they hate Donald Trump. And just because they hate Donald Trump doesn't mean he's going to lose. Because we've seen in polling right now that, let's see, Donald Trump has won most polls. Donald Trump won most polls. Look at that. Not one poll showing Joe Biden in the lead. Yeah, I think, look at that. These are our current results as of the calling when it comes to the race being over. Done. Compete. Kaput. This is what it looks like after Trump basically sealed the nomination. Here's Biden's results. But it's still not over. We are still going to be covering more races in the next coming days. I'm leaving territories out once again. Our schedule is pretty big. We still have to cover Mississippi, Washington, and Hawaii. We'll be also covering the Mississippi down ballot primaries. later in the week. So stay tuned. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next political episode.